Hallo Studenten, I'm Frau Hannah, your German and English language instructor. Today's video is about my time living in Europe and some of the habits I picked up while I was there. Let's jump right into it. First off, I now always carry at least one reusable bag in my purse. Germany is very eco-friendly. I don't think I saw a single plastic or paper bag at a grocery store the entire time I lived there. They have reusable bags that you can buy if you forgot yours, but if you didn't bring your own bag and you didn't want to buy a bag, then you'd have to carry everything. Germans don't forget to bring reusable bags to the grocery store nearly as much as those of us in the Western world do. It's an ingrained habit to them, kind of like a prerequisite to shopping. The second habit isn't necessarily one I picked up in Europe, as I was doing it before moving to Europe, but clothes dryers are far less common in Germany than compared to the Western world. Most people don't use drying racks or clotheslines to dry their laundry, summer or winter. Before going forward, I want to introduce you to my host family, as a lot of my physical and verbal habits I picked up from them. This is the best host mom in the world and the greatest host dad. Then there's me, Frau Hannah. This photo was taken during the closing ceremony of the program I was on. If you want to read more about my time on this program, check out the article in the description below. A habit my host mom, as well as overall German culture, helped me develop is taking breaks. I am a notorious workaholic. I love my job, I love learning, so I tend to just keep working away and lose track of time. But resting is a different kind of productivity. In the evenings, my host mom and I would use the sauna to unwind, or spend some time reading, or just relaxing in her gorgeous garden. Also, in German culture, all shops are closed on Sundays, so you can't do anything but unwind at home or with friends anyway. Germany also observes many holidays where the shops are also closed. They also have something called a bridge day. So, if a holiday fell on a Thursday, then Friday would be considered a bridge day, which means all shops are closed Thursday for the holiday, and Friday since the holiday is so close to the weekend. That means they would reopen the store on Saturday and close again on Sunday. So German culture takes its time off seriously. Something I loved that my host mom did was cook and bake from cookbooks and magazines. She lived a life that wasn't surrounded by tech. It was more focused on sustainable living, and I loved that. I remember her making curries following recipes from newspaper clippings. It was so lovely and endearing that I wanted to embody that too. While in Germany, I bought a German vegan magazine that is filled with recipes I cannot wait to try. Like I said earlier, my host mom has the most beautiful garden. The flowers she had were so gorgeous. I loved seeing the fresh flowers she would put on the dinner table. So much so that I now keep a bouquet of flowers in my home too. It just makes me so happy to see this beautiful small part of nature in my home. I cannot wait to have a garden like she had. Germany is very eco-friendly. It is a much smaller country in terms of landmass when compared to Canada, so everyone doesn't necessarily need a car to get around. It's very easy to walk and or bike to a grocery store. They have sectioned off bike lanes where cars and pedestrians aren't, so it's quite safe and encouraged. When it's too far to walk or bike, Germany has amazing public transit and travel infrastructure such as trains and buses. So getting around isn't that difficult. When I was there was the 9 Euro ticket, which was to incentivize people to use more eco-friendly transit to travel around Europe. It only costs 9 euros to travel around Europe. They take environmental protection seriously. Germans also seem to be relatively active people as well. You see many people just out and about walking around on a bike ride, having a picnic in the park, and so on. They very much enjoy spending their time in nature, which I find is a different atmosphere than the Western world. I think in the Western world we are glued to our screens far too much. Taking a page from the Germans in this regard would do us all some good, I think. Which is definitely why I now spend more time on bike rides, walks, doing outdoor activities such as kayaking and swimming, just getting out in nature more and lessening my screen time. It's so much more peaceful. On to my verbal habits. Something my host mom used to say was kein Ding after she was thanked for something. She could have said bitte, meaning you're welcome, but instead she almost always said kein Ding, which roughly means no problem or it's nothing. Now, when I'm thanked for something in German, I say kein Ding also. A great way to sound more authentic in any language is to use their filler words instead of the ones from your first language. In English, when there's a pause in conversation, we tend to say but in German, we say So now, when I'm speaking in German and I have to pause during conversation for some reason, I don't say I say It helps me to sound more German than English when I speak in German. It's a habit I've picked up that I love. Another one similar to that is the word ne. Ne is the colloquial way to say no. You can think of it as the English na. It can be used as a response to say no, but it can also be used to make something a question. We do have this in English as well, but I find it less commonly used in English than in German. So, as the example here shows, was denkst du? Gut, ne? What do you think? Good, no? Ne, no. Because of this habit, I remember being told by my professors and my peers that it definitely made me sound more German when I spoke. A fun habit that always confused me was the word ne. Na. My host parents always used this when they were talking with their son. Na is a word that is hard to directly translate as it can mean many different things. But the rough translation is that it means well, not the noun or the adjective well, but the exclamation well. I often saw it used in this context. Na? Ich bin gut. Es war gut. Ich hatte eine gute Not. I am good. It was good. I had a good grade. Now, none of those questions were asked, but na can be used to ask for more information about a topic without directly asking. It is assumed that both people know what they are asking about. I would think of it as the English word so. As an example, let's say your friend was going on a date and they said they would tell you how it went after. You meet up with them, and instead of asking them, how did the date go? You simply say, so? Now, this is very informal, so na should only be used in very informal situations. The last habit I picked up was teaching English. I thought I would hate teaching English because English is a difficult language to learn. But what I found is I actually really enjoyed it, and so did my students. The students I taught were amazing. They were so energetic, so eager to engage with me. They had lots of fun questions about me and Canadian culture, and were so happy to share their cultures with me. Their English was so good, some didn't even have an accent when they spoke. They were such a great group of students. They definitely helped me find my love for teaching English as a second language, and are definitely part of the reason why I'm not only a German teacher, but also an English teacher now. I miss you guys, and I wish you the best of luck. If you've lived in Europe, have you had a similar experience? If you've lived in the Western world, what habits did you pick up? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to share our experiences. To continue learning German and English with me, follow me here on YouTube. I hope to see you in my other classes. You can check those out on my Skillshare and Instagram. All links will be in the description below.